Hello guys, I'm Talal and this is
Mark.
And we're here with self-defense video number 19.
Yes, 19 people. In the last video we looked at catching kicks. That's how we ended it. We're literally going to pick up from there. Let's look at the steps again. So with our guard up, we were focusing on defending the rib kicks and how we can catch kicks coming around to our ribs. So I was throwing kicks at Talal. Talal was the one catching the kicks. And let's look at the movement that he used. So we had our guard up to start off with. If a kick was coming to our front side, what we're doing is, remember I was using that technical language about circumference and radius. Yes, circumference is the perimeter of a circle. So we got Talal here. He's looking at me because I'm educating him at the same time, yeah? So we got Talal here. Now, the range between me and him will stay the same if I were to walk a circle around him. Yeah, so that's why we're gonna travel in a circle. In the previous videos, we were looking at stepping back, so actually stepping out of the circle or away from your opponent or your partner, whoever it is that you're working with. So for example, if I was to throw a punch and Talal was to step back, he's stepping and creating the circle bigger, the space between us larger. What he's actually doing now is he will step round into the circle. So if I was to touch his hand, that's my range. If he was to follow that circle around me, exactly the same. He hasn't got closer, he hasn't got further, he's followed it around. So the reason why we're going round in a circle is because as we throw the kick, we're going with the same momentum as the kick in order to take away the power, but also to stay in range. So let's go. We guard up, a kick's coming for our front side, we step round. So it's kind of like a half pivot like what we did earlier on when we were countering. So watch again. We step round with the kick, keeping our back hand up, and our front hand will now turn into a scooping motion to scoop round the leg. So watch, let's do that together. The kick's come in, we step round, scoop, keeping this hand up, tucking this hand around the leg. One more time. We step round, scoop that kick. Let's do it for the other side as well. Same thing. We step round into like a half pivot, scoop that kick, catch that leg. Let's go. Step round, scoop. So we're still in the same stance. We've got one hand up for protection, one hand scooped round the leg. Now, I also talked to you about creating a vice between your forearm, your bicep, and your lats, which is that big muscle here in your back. What you're doing is you're squeezing, kind of like imagine someone was to poke you really hard in your side. You tense. That's what you're doing. You tense, you squeeze your biceps, so it's like you're trying to pick up a big carrier bag, and you squeeze your forearm. So literally it's like you're carrying a big bag and someone's poking you at the same time. That's how you create that big strong vice between your ribs and your arm. That will stop your opponent's leg from slipping out or for them turning in. Like, you get a lot more control. So let's do that. We're going to do one each side, starting off with our front side. We step and squeeze. That's it, really squeeze. Good. You can see I'm kind of dipping into that leg slightly as well. Good. Same for the other side. We step and squeeze. Good. In the last video I talked about lifting that leg slightly but also pushing down. It's a bit of a weird one. You lift with your arm, push down with your shoulder. That's how you really stop the space. Now, right in the early videos, I talked to you about options. Space creates options when it comes to defense. So if you're the one defending, you want to limit as much space as possible so your partner doesn't have the options. While you're limiting the space, you also want to create options, which is what I'm going to focus today's video on. You ready? Shall we get into it? Yeah. All right, let's do this. So I'm gonna, just like what we did in the last video, I'm gonna throw a kick at Talal. Talal's gonna defend it by catching. So if I throw a kick off my right, remember we're looking at range. It doesn't matter if he's in range or I'm in range. If I'm the one that's attacking, I want to focus on making sure that I'm in good kicking range, which means my shin should touch his ribs. It doesn't matter if you're the taller person or if you're the shorter, which I'll show you later on in this video. If I throw my right kick, aiming for his ribs, it would actually be a big kick in a street fight. It will come like this. But we're just going to show you a technical one. I throw a kick, good. He's caught it, he's squeezing. So imagine that someone's poking him to the side. So he's squeezing this muscle here, he's tensing this muscle here, and he's lifting as if he's carrying a big carrier bag. You know, like when your mum asks you to go shopping, you're trying to... He's laughing already because he knows. You're trying to carry all those bags all at one time. Yeah, good. So from here, we have to look at the safety options. Safety number one, good, the hand. And as you can see, we're quite close. So what you would automatically do is take a lean. So it's a bit weird because you're trying to lift up, trying to squeeze down, but also leaning away at the same time. So leaning away will extend the range from my hand to your face. I will show you how to make it a little bit more comfortable. Let's do the other side. The person's not so flexible, that's enough to really make them fall over. Same for the other side now. We're here. It doesn't matter if it's a switch kick or a step kick, works the same way. If I step into it and I kick, good, excellent. Hands up, he's got a little bit of a lean going on. He's got a nice strong clamp on my leg. The stronger you can clamp the leg, the more control of your opponent's body you have. Drop that for me. Excellent. Now I'm going to show you some options. Talal's going to throw a kick at me. Remember what I said, it doesn't matter if you're the shorter or the taller one. It's just all about the attacker's range. You can use that against them. So my guard is up. I know I'm about to get into something. A kick comes, yeah? As you saw, I took that step. That step takes away the power. Watch this. I'll show you. Without catching, if you threw a kick and I stood still, good, I'm gonna feel it. Bit harder for me, good, I'm gonna feel that for sure. Same power, but watch this. Take away so much power already, just that one step to the side. So it's important to do that together. So let's do it together. Good, nice catch. Right now it's a loose catch. You can pretty much fit a hand in there. So that's enabling him to turn, that he can turn his leg. He can probably slip his whole leg out if he really, really tried. He can actually yank it backwards and forwards, and watch what's gonna happen. He's gonna move me backwards and forwards too, which also puts me in danger. So that clamp is really important. Should have done your warm up and stretch video, guys, yeah? So let's go. I step round, good. Now I'm gonna clamp. You can see I just adjusted myself because I wanted to really get a good grip. So I squeeze, you can feel that, yeah? Yeah. So that's just me using my back muscle. I'm squeezing if someone's like pinching me. I then tighten with my bicep and then I lift with my forearm. As you can see, him trying to pull his leg out now, it's a bit harder. Now, remember what I said about the hand and remember what I said about range. So if you wanted to jab me to the face, you could. So watch this. As I adjust, I just add a lean like so. But what I'm doing is I'm pushing with my hip, leaning onto my back leg a little bit more. So I'm not doing this. I'm here, taking a nice wider stance. Watch again. I step, taking a nice wider stance. So from here, if he tried to jab me, I can step, I can move him around. Originally in the last video, we looked at just using the catch for a parry. Let's do that together. So guard up. We step and catch. Good. And then we want to parry it away. So we're actually using our arm to push the leg away from us. We can slip it into our hand or we can do it all one motion. Now, in order to make that happen, we need to create space, especially if you're the smaller guy and his leg is not quite long. So if you throw a kick at me, his leg's quite long, I can't just slip it into my hand and move it. You can see it's trapped behind me. So I need to create space and then parry it away. Let's do that together. So guard up. Good. The kick comes to our front. We step, catch, step back, create some space. So you see my front leg kind of stayed where it is, yeah? Just to create space. Here, push it away. Now we've got their back. Let's do that again. Step and catch. Good. Slip it into our hand, push it away. Good. Same for the other side, yeah? Works exactly the same way. It doesn't matter that this is our back leg. We step round to a catch. We step, so the foot's in front of us. We throw it away. Last time. Step and catch. Step. Good. Let's make sure we put the lean in now. We're gonna step, catch, hold it, add a lean, yeah? Let's go, step. In sync, let's do it in sync, let's go. We go step, catch, add that lean, yeah? So that back leg's important. Step back a little bit to add that lean, yeah? Good. Same again. Step and catch, add the lean. Good. From here, you can step slightly and push it away. Good. Same for the other side. We step and catch, add the lean. Good. We can adjust into the foot and push it away. Good. Perfect. So now we've got some options. We can play with it a little bit. I'll show you how. Talal's gonna throw a kick. I don't know which side is coming, but I'm gonna be prepared. I'm on my toes. I don't know which side is coming. I see it, I step, cool. I've got my grip, I've got my stance, I've got my lean. I'm just gonna parry this one. Good. Here again. Good, catch. I'll parry this one again. Now we're gonna get into a little bit of control. The last video I mentioned at the end about how to get someone on the floor. You don't really have to complicate it. It's gonna be very simple. It's just about manipulating their hip. That's it. So watch, with the kick, you'll get your go, he'll get his go. You get your kick, it's nice and tight. So remember I said in the last video about bringing that shoulder forward. This will only work if you've got a strong grip. If you haven't, this is what's gonna happen. They'll just turn. But what you wanna do is clamp it nice and tight, bring that shoulder forward and drag down at the same time. That's it. So it doesn't take much. It doesn't take much. It's literally shoulder forward and drag down towards the ground. Don't try and use brute force. You don't have to. It's just momentum. So watch. Talal's gonna do it to me. So I throw my kick. Good. He's caught it. Now he's got a nice strong grip. He's gonna bring that shoulder towards the floor. He's gonna turn me. And yes, I try to fight it, but the more I try and fight it, the more it hurts my hip. And I'm getting on a little bit in age, so gotta take care of the hips, you know? so watch again, I'll throw another kick, try and do a little bit quicker, but without rushing it. So more control, just a bit quicker, works the same way. Boom, I throw that kick. Good, he's got control. Bring that shoulder over. Good. If you've got a bit of balance like me, this might happen. All you do is just drag it a bit further down to the ground. So watch, Talal's gonna throw a kick at me. Good, here and here. Yep, that's it. So watch again, here, there. Go again, here and down. So it's kind of like you're throwing a big overhand hook. Big overhand hook. Watch, if I throw my right leg, same thing. He catches, good, big overhand hook. Whoa. Yeah. And now we'll go down. That's simple. That is option number 2. So let's do option number 1, option number 2 together. So option number 1, we've got the parry. Guard up, kick comes, we catch, parry away. Excellent, let it go. Same again, keeping that hand up. Same again, kick comes, parry away. Excellent, same side, but now we're gonna turn that shoulder, get them onto the ground, yeah? Kick comes, nice strong grip, really clamp it up. So the higher we go, is the more off balance they are, and then we can manipulate the hip with our shoulder. Turn it over, good. If they're not falling, what do we do? What would we do? They're not falling, what do we do? We can, but what if you need a little bit more momentum? How can we get momentum from this position here? Yeah, but before you know it, what will happen is, if they're quite flexible, before we know it, what will happen is we end up here. You don't want to be here. So a trick to it will be, we turn, they're not going, step round and turn a bit more, because then what you're doing is creating more space for momentum. Let's do it together, watch. We're here, we step round, catch, we turn, they haven't gone anywhere. Now take that back leg, step round, and make them turn here. So now what you're doing, you're taking them from this position all the way to to that position rather than from here to down here. Yeah? So watch, I'll do it with Talal. I throw my kick, he catches, good. He's trying to put me down to the ground, I've got good balance. Now, stay where you are, keep going, see what's gonna happen. He's just gonna go lower and lower, and I'm gonna end up here. So, from this position here, now watch this, he tries, goes halfway, step back, pivot, put me I didn't even get to finish what I was saying, but yes, step back, pivot, and yeah, face plant with the momentum. That's how it happened. Yeah? So that's how we use it. Watch again. No, I won't do it to you. Watch again. I throw that kick. Good, he's caught it. He's got good balance. I've got good balance. He's trying to go. I'm not going nowhere. Good, but he steps round. Yes. There's virtually nothing that, especially a very unexperienced person, can do. But yeah, you end up on the ground. So let's do that together. Again, guard up. Kicks coming for this side, step and catch. Good. Try and put them to the ground. Good, they're not going anywhere. Step back, spin them all the way around. Good, let's go again. Guard up, step and catch. Good, get that lean, nice strong. Turn that shoulder, nothing's really happening. Step round. Good. Let's do all one motion now. All one motion. Let's not break it up. So, especially if they're a big person, like if they're a lot bigger than you, just do it straight one time. Step and catch, turn, step back. Good. Watch again. Step and catch, turn, step back. Excellent. Same for the other side. Step and catch. Good. We're bringing this shoulder forward, but they're not going anywhere. This time we step back with the front leg and spin them. Good. Watch again. Step and catch. Good. We're bringing that shoulder. How to remember it is the opposite leg steps back. So the shoulder you're trying to pull forward is the opposite leg you step back, because if you look, you want to try and create the momentum going this way, the way your shoulder is going. So you're here, turning, step back. Good. If you can get that one swift motion, even better. Watch again, step and catch. Good, one swift motion. Good. All right, so that's just option number 2. There's many different options. You might ask yourself, but what if I don't catch with one hand? What if I just instinctively, so let's say your opponent throws their kick. What if instinctively you end up here? It works pretty much the same way, but all you do is you have to move a bit quicker because you have no hands to defend your face. So let's say you're here, instinctively you're here, you drag, same thing. Just like how you would parry or whatever, you can just drag. So here, you might be here, parry it away, nice and quick. And say to yourself, right, let me not do that again, that's a bit unsafe. Again, you're here, you wanna get that motion, drag it down towards the ground. You don't wanna drag it up high. You wanna drag it down. It creates more unbalance for them. So let's just shadow. Just to finish off, we looked at option number 1, number 2. Let's add in our punches, kicks, I'll bring in our checks, and then bring in our catches whenever we want. So let's go. Moving around, striking. Good, checking those kicks. Nice. Double jab. Good, keep going. Checking those kicks. Good, catch that kick. Good, parry it away. Nice, excellent, keep it going. Catch that kick, parry it away. Excellent. Check, cross, good, catch that kick. Good, get them onto the ground. Right onto the ground, excellent. Now they're a big opponent, yeah, they're bigger than us, so let's catch that kick. Good, step round straight away into the ground. Perfect. Go again. Other side. Keep that guard up, step, catch. Good, step round. Spin them into the ground. Good work. Double jab. If they're smaller than you, you can manipulate them even more. Grab, right into the ground, they're gonna go. Same for the other side. Grab, right into the ground. Okay, that's option number 1. option number 2. Next video, we're going to look at option number 3, and then we're going to slowly move on to our counters. So, I've been great. I mean,
No, you've been Mark.
rewind. So yeah, I've been Mark.
I've been Talal.
And you've been great. We will see you on the next video.